Thank you and very much welcome to Mheshimiwa, and thank you for giving us this interview. And it is in regards to your trip to Somalia and the people that you met. What is it that you really went to Somalia to do, and what specific mission did you have there?
Well, I think I've said it in our last interview. When we came into the country, back into the country from Somalia, we looked for solutions. What we were doing as members of parliament is parliamentary diplomacy. We had challenges in the past, and you know it very well as Kenyans, that we had issues of Al-Shabaab, we had issues of insecurity. There could not be any meaningful development in our region if we didn't have a solution for Al-Shabaab and the menaces and the difficulties it has put our people into. And we thought it wise that as we were challenged by the head of state to look for solutions, to look for homegrown solutions as far as the security arrangements are concerned in our region. And we thought it wise as leaders to give us strategic directions on how we'll be able to confront this monster of Al-Shabaab.
Well, there are two things that you've mentioned in this short interview that we've had with you. Is that one of them is that you went there to find a parliamentary solution, and number two, you've also invoked the name of the president. If it was a parliamentary solution, then it must have been sanctioned by parliament. And number two, if it was something that was going to benefit the president, then there's a probability that it was sanctioned by the president. We do not have information of having been sanctioned by both parties by now.
Yeah, let me be able to say here, and for this issue that has been coming back forth and right, we as leaders, we are members of parliament who are representing the interests of the people in the region. And we had issues of insecurity. And we thought it wise. We have been challenged by the head of state on 24th of February last month. And when we visited the State House, he said, look for homegrown solutions, look for answers on how we can be able to confront Al-Shabaab. And where is the origin of Al-Shabaab? Al-Shabaab is an ideological problem, but it has been having the greatest impact has been felt by the people of Northeastern. And we had challenges in the border of Somalia and Kenya. And because of that challenges we had with Somalia, because of no strong, forceful, institutionalized leadership in Gedo, we felt it wise as leaders to engage His Excellency Farmajo on the matter, such that he can be able to strengthen security along the border on the other side of the country. So that is the reason that we went for, and is as a result of the challenges we have had with the head of state in regards to looking for answers of insecurity. And that is the reason that we went. As far as the membership of parliament is concerned, it was a weekend. We didn't have explicit permission from the speaker, and you may have seen the ruling that he has made it in regard to all other missions. Most of the members of parliament, it has been the tradition of this house for quite a long time for people to visit Uganda, for people to visit the neighboring countries of Somalia, which are sharing borders, without looking for a specific permission for that matter, but looking for consultations and arrangement. It is in the same behest that we felt it prudent that we need to go to our neighboring country and be able to discuss issues of security.
Now, you're talking about going to Somalia out of a challenge given to you by President Kenyatta on the 24th of February when you met him.
Yes.
That does not amount to his blessings going there, now does it?
My friend, when you are told to look for answers, homegrown solution answers, you look all alternative means to look for those answers. And that is what exactly we did as regards to that.
There are also concerns that the intelligence system of South Somalia actually hosted you and paid for your trip.
That is a notion created by the media, particularly NTV. I'm sorry to say it. The earliest breaking news was coming from NTV. And I'm specifically particular with the issues that you raised without confirming that the most important thing is that we were going to none other than the head of state of that country. You come to a country, as far as the leadership of this nation is concerned, you start with the top level of leadership. You don't go to NIS, neither do you go to Somalia security agencies. We thought the best option is to engage His Excellency Farmajo on that one. So for those who are speculating that we went to so-and-so, we went to the Somalia security, no.
So you're confirming here and now you met nobody else?
Let me be frank, my friend, and I've said it before, and my friend, other members of parliament on their entry into the country were clear about it, that we have not met and we had no intention whatsoever. We are Kenyans. We have a specific responsibility as leaders to Kenyans, and we are Kenyans. That is the biggest and the serious notion that has to be very clear. We are Kenyans. We have a specific interest as a Kenyan, and anything that will amount to lowering our dignity as a Kenyan, or that will be an affront to the security of this country, we will not be able to engage in.
Now that you're saying that you were challenged by the president to find homegrown solutions, and probably out of the discussion that you had with President Farmajo, what came out and what is it that you actually want as the way forward?
The way forward is first we will need to debrief our concerns and solutions that we thought it wise, and the discussions we have held with Farmajo. We need to debrief our head of state as well on the matter, because there are certain line-up activities for us as people from the region. We were planning to go for 2 weeks tour of the region, talking to the public, the professionals, the leadership, the community elders, so that we sensitize the people on the menaces of Al-Shabaab, on how to come with solutions, and the community themselves to take up responsibility of security on their land and on their properties themselves, and to cooperate with the government as far as intelligence sharing and actions that are of importance to us as far as the security is concerned. So we were going as directed to engage the public, the professionals, and all the opinion leaders, so that we sensitize the people and we don't host anybody who will be an affront to the security of our region.
3 days later. So 3 days later, you're saying that you're waiting to debrief the president. Has the president given you an opportunity to meet him to probably share with him views on what the discussion between you and President Farmajo were?
My friend, presidency's office is not walk-in, walk-out. There are certain formalities that you need to meet. There are certain protocols to be observed. So it's not walk-in, walk-out as the media house may be able to portray. So those are issues that we are still want to attend.
Also, probably on my last question is the fact that Somalia at this particular time is not considered so much of a friend of Kenya. And you going there to have these discussions, what other headway would you have made in trying to mend the relationship between these two countries? Just yesterday you saw what happened at the border of Mandera and Somalia. They say that it happened in Somalia, but there was some effects that were felt here in Kenya. And this is actually to some being considered as espionage or even treason. What would you say about that?
Already, as far as the issue of the relationship, I'm not aware. I'm not aware any bad relationship or political rift between the two neighboring countries. What I know is that there's a good relationship between Kenya and Somalia. They share common boundaries. There are normal conventional arrangements that are there. So there's a mutual respect between Kenya and Somalia. And Kenya in the past has been quite supportive to Somalia as well in terms of maintaining peace and engaging the KDF in Somalia so that they can be able to restore the security arrangement in Somalia as well. And we are part of the African Union force. So KDF is in Somalia, and they are still going to offer good support. So I'm not aware of any bad relationship or bad blood between Kenya and Somalia for that matter, and there's no pronouncement by the leadership of this country to suggest otherwise. So for that matter, I'm not aware of any beef. But what is important is for us, as far as the security arrangement in the region is concerned, there needs to be tripartite arrangement between Kenya, Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia on that matter, because this is a problem for us. we can be able to handle the issue of Al-Shabaab and its menace through IGAD, through other avenues. And there needs to be a cooperation between the three countries as well. And we establish strength in our region. Kenya to do its part on up to the border, and Somalia to do its part on the other part of the border, and share common strategies, common solutions, and common intelligence for that. So that is the only way we can be able to confront the issue of Al-Shabaab, which is a problem not only to part of northern Kenya. You saw it in the past. There is the attack in the hotel, the dispute. You saw it. You saw it in Westgate. There are a number of issues. It's ideological. So this is not an issue that is confined to people in northern Kenya only. Al-Shabaab is an ideological. There are quite a number of Kenyans, we have seen it in the past, who still subscribe to the ideology, these voices of Al-Shabaab, and we need to fight it as a Kenyan. And even the actions, they have seen it. Even in Somalia, you may have seen it. There are a number of incidents which happen as a result of Al-Shabaab. So this is a common problem. It's a regional problem. It's a global problem. So we need to, as leaders, come together, dialogue on this monster of Al-Shabaab. Thank you very much.
Then, well, Mheshimiwa Rashid Kassim saying that they have nothing else other than the interests of Kenyans, even in their visit to Somalia, and they are really waiting for President Uhuru Kenyatta to give them a date so that they could actually brief him on what transpired between them and President Farmajo, even insisting that they did not meet anybody else other than the president, and they have his goodwill message to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Thank you.